starting from 0 GP, I wanted to know just how much money you can make in 24 hours from sailing only. For this challenge, I'm only allowed to access islands for my money-making methods. The mainland is off limits, with the condition that I'm allowed to access the Grand Exchange, provided I'm able to make it there without stepping foot on the mainland. The only thing that I am going to allow in this challenge is the Sailor's Amulet, but I'm not allowed to use any of the teleports on it until I get the teleport runes for it. So as of right now, I am starting with absolutely nothing. I can't go to any mainlands or anything, and I'm going to be doing this with 87 sailing. First things first, we need to make a little bit of starting money. We're going to start this off by salvaging merchant shipwrecks because they have the potential to give a lot of decent starting cash. Plus, if we get lucky, we can potentially get a dragon cannon barrel, which is going to be like 20 mil at this point. I really only need like an initial bit of starting cash, so I'm not going to be really salvaging for all that long. I've gotten a decent amount of opulent salvage now, so I'm just going to start going through it. The main thing we're really looking for is to get either coins or platinum tokens, since I only really need a small amount of initial starting cash. There we go. That's 2K right there. I'm just going to salvage the rest and hopefully get like at least 30K starting cash. We actually ended up doing pretty good. We got about 50K starting cash. The first island we're going to go to is the Great Conch because I need a weapon to get law runes since I have absolutely no way of getting to the Grand Exchange at the moment. Might as well get a bit of GP out of my inventory. Plus, I could buy some bronze cannonballs because these are going to be a pretty decent profit. Like nothing crazy, but I think it's at least a 2x. Just gonna quickly unnote the platinum tokens. Bank is looking pretty strong. The Great Conch has this shop that sells adamant spears, and even though it's not the best weapon, I really don't need it for that long. I'm also gonna buy the turtle shell for the hell of it. Our first stop is gonna be on Shard Island since they have a bunch of Slayer monsters down here, and some of them drop law runes. This is actually the dungeon that has lava strike worms in it, by the way. This Slayer dungeon has necreals in it that drops law runes at a rate of 1 in 23, so hopefully we get a little lucky, but if not, I actually have a backup NPC I can kill. This is where the lava strike worms are, by the way, in the northeast section of this cave. Not only have I not gotten the law runes, but I'm also slowly dying from the spawn, so I'm gonna leave. I figured it was worth trying those first because I could have gotten lucky and gotten some rune items. We're gonna be going to Deepfin Point next though, because not only is there a way to get law runes there, but it's also where I'm gonna be doing my first good money-making method. I don't know why I get so much satisfaction just from simply sailing from one place to another, but they really did make it feel great. While we're here, may as well buy a few more cannonballs out. This island has a very interesting dungeon. Not only are there 2 banks within it, but there's also a shop that we're going to be accessing soon. First things first though, this dungeon has some Ankus in it which drop law runes at a rate of 1 in 25. Oh, there we go. Got my laws. This is where we have our nice little bank chest, by the way, which we're going to be using for this money-making method. In the Deepfin Mine, there is a very unique shop with Durik right here. And if you go through his little dialogue, he has the most interesting shop. First of all, you can buy a rune warhammer for 103K. You can buy death. No! That's heartbreaking. I did not mean to do that. All right, well, there's dynamite you can buy for 125 each. I literally just cut it in half. My money. You can buy that. You can buy moonlight antelope fur. That, and there's also orange dye that you can buy too. But mainly, the real money is in the dynamite because it sells for 825 each. Although this does sell for a little bit, and this does sell for a little bit too. We're going to be buying out the dynamite from every single world until we basically run out of our cash stack, and it should be a good amount of money that we make from it. This is going to be the last world that I buy dynamite out of because I need to save a little bit of GP for some runes. What if I told you that you could turn your spare time into spending money? You might just say that's just how a job works, but does that job pay you to play mobile games? Because today's sponsor, Free Cash, does just that by allowing you to do simple tasks while already on your phone, like completing surveys or playing mobile games for real money. It works like this. Companies and advertisers go to Free Cash to advertise their apps and services, and Free Cash passes a portion of that payment onto you, the user, in exchange for completing tasks. Free Cash has a very friendly user interface, and it also has my favorite game that I can play for money. Look, I'm about to have fun and earn money. Free Cash has a Trustpilot rating of 4.8 with over 249,000 reviews. They have over 5,000 games, surveys, and other offers to choose from, and it has a low initial withdrawal threshold of $20 that you can instantly cash out with multiple different ways to cash out. After that initial cash out, there is no limit to withdraw. Free cash is the perfect place to earn a little extra on the side. Use my link in the description or scan the QR code on screen now to try out free cash today, and you'll enjoy an extra free $5 on your first offer. There's really not that many easy or reliable ways to get air runes or fire runes while sailing, but thankfully there's one island that has a shop with it. The Void Knight Outpost is currently the only island that has a rune shop on it, so I'm going to use that to buy myself a fire rune and some air runes. The thought just occurred to me that there's probably some sick escape rooms that you could get out of sailing. Anyway, this is the literal only way that I can access the Grand Exchange. Thanks to these dynamite, that brings us up to a total of 155k. I am going to buy myself some runes so I can occasionally come back here and sell items. Plus, I want to be able to teleport to my boat. I'm also going to charge my sailor's amulet and go and rinse and repeat buying out from that shop because the money is just too good. I'll see you after I spend this entire cash stack again. It is crazy how fast we multiply that small amount of beginning GP, man. I really hope these blast miners enjoy this, man, because I'm going to be enjoying the 731k I just made from that. Even though this next money making method was known since day one, it's still a pretty good money making method to do. If you just go to Port Roberts and then go to the cannonball shop and try to buy out every cannonball, you actually will make a decent amount of profit. I'm going to do a bit of a hop and shop method on this one to see how much I can make from it.
I should check frost dragons, actually.
You should.
Dude.
Good call.
I came up with that.
I came up with that.
I did that. It was my idea.
This method is obviously nowhere near as good as it was day one, but I think we're going to get a pretty good amount of GP from this. Just from the mithril cannonballs alone, we got about 1.4 mil nearly. We're left with a total of about 1.8 mil. Now, I do want to try out another money-making method, but I'm going to assume that it's not anywhere near as good as it could have potentially been at one point. Hey, it's me, Ocean Kev, here to ask you to like the video and subscribe. Let's get 1 like or 2. If you buy out a raw marlin and then use a knife on it, you not only get fine fish cuts, but you also get 3 marlin scales. The marlin scales sell for about 1.7k each, and these sell for about 700 each. So in theory, you do profit off of it. You make just about under 700 GP every time you do this. So I'm going to try to buy like 100 and see how quick we can actually do this. I think that took about 5 minutes, maybe 6 minutes to do. And at the current rates, I think it's about like 800k GP an hour. So that's not bad, to be honest, but like that's not really that fast. We're gonna buy ourselves a little bit of noob starting gear and go and do some boat combat because there are some pretty good money making methods out at sea. We're also gonna buy ourselves some mithril cannonballs. We also got ourselves some teak repair kits as well for the boat combat. We're gonna be heading to Etzeteria because they have albatross just south of the dock there, and they have a pretty good drop rate on the swift albatross feathers, which are actually going for about 1.2 mil right now. Hey, it's me from the future, and I just want to say that apparently it's not a drop rate of 1 in 29, and it's actually a drop rate of 1 in 200 according to Jagex themselves. That being said, I don't know if I necessarily believe this number because I killed almost 300 of them before and during this video, and I got 13 of the swift feathers. My friend also had a very similar experience, so either we need to buy lottery tickets, I'm not understanding this correctly, or something's a little bit off. Oh, I got one. Nice. There we go. Another albatross swift. That's another 1 point whatever mil. Hey, I got another albatross dick. And that is the last albatross killed. Hopefully we get another feather. But, I mean, I think we probably ended up having decent luck with this. It feels like it wasn't that great, but it was probably like decent or average luck. I do want to go sell this so I can do the next money making method, but first I actually want to sail to the next method. We're going to be going to Grimstone, which is one of the northernmost islands we can access. Oh god. Apparently if I drink this, it's going to drain my stats to 0. But, I can just buy a super restore potion or whatever, not a big deal. Disembark here. And now, with the Sailor's Amulet, I'm gonna go to Defend Point since it's the closest teleport. This was actually a port task to do, so I'll just claim that, why not? And these albatross feathers should sell for about 1.2, 1.3 mil each. Although, no, apparently they crashed. So, instead, I'm not gonna worry about an extra couple 100k. I'm just gonna insta-sell it. There we go. So now we have about 4 mil. We're gonna buy ourselves a Frost Dragon setup now. That cost us about 3 mil to buy the gear, but it is worth it because Frost Dragons are supposed to be pretty decent GP right now, especially if we get lucky with the drops. Now we're gonna teleport back to our boat, which is currently moored at Grimstone Point. There is, of course, a fairy ring on this island, but I don't really have access to fairy rings right now, so this is gonna be my best way to get back here. There are a few safe spots here at Frost Dragons, and of course, the nice thing about Frost Dragons is they have a big weakness to fire, so I'm actually gonna shred through these things. The 2 drops that we're gonna be hunting from here, which make this pretty decent GP an hour. That's the Dragon Metal Sheet and the Dragon Nails. The Dragon Metal Sheet is currently worth 2.7 mil, and if I get the Dragon Nails, I can get anywhere from 900k to about 2.7 mil, so I'm really hunting for that. Whoa. Oh, never mind.
That guy just saved your life.
That
dude.
guy.
Oh!
I'm so sorry. If you're sorry, you wouldn't have done it. Oh, Dragon Nails! 10! Dude! Wait, that is huge. That's a good amount of money. I'm actually literally gonna go sell that right now. These are 180k each. So even if I dump these in for 150k, like, look at that. That's huge, bro. Has anybody seen one yet? Ooh, Dragon Cannonballs. Not gonna lie, whenever I see a red drop, I get excited. I actually upgraded to Wrath Runes and used about 1,000 of them and made my way through them. So now I'm gonna sell all the loot and go back. Even with my crappy poopy newbie gear, the GP from here is honestly pretty decent. I've done enough Frost Dragons to slightly upgrade the gear, so I'm gonna go get a Twin Flame Staff. These are currently selling for about 5.4 mil right now, so I have enough to buy this as well as some Blood Runes. Dragon Metal Sheet, fucking finally, bro. Okay, no, no! No! Back off! Wait, why am I saying finally? I'm still in a drop rate. Shut up. Dragon Nails, dude. Huge. Okay, let me get the hell out of here. Oh my god. Another one. Yes. Nice. Yes, yes, 15, dude, 15 of them, that's huge. Dude, I am so happy every single time I see these drops, bro. I love seeing dragon drops, dude. Oh my goodness, dude. More money, okay. Another Dragon Metal Sheet! 3 in 285 at a 1 in 200 drop rate is crazy. Frost Dragons have been extremely kind to me, but I think it is time to move on. I'm pretty excited to see how much money we made from all these trips. I was doing trips and selling the loot and then coming back, but I did keep the uniques that I got. The uniques, of course, being the Dragon Metal Sheets as well as the Dragon Nails. Everything else I just kept selling, but this time I was able to sustain myself for a while. All right, 513k from all that. About almost 800k in Frost Dragon Bones. I think these are about like 2.6 mil each. There we go, 7 mil. And these are about 180k each. So we'll go like 160 just to be safe. And 9 mil. Look at that, bro. 18.1 mil from all those dragons. Plus, we're going to sell that, get our money back on that. And we have a 23 mil cash stack. We've got about 14 hours left, by the way, so it's time to move on. So if you kill stingrays in these waters, there's apparently about a 1 in 22 chance at getting a barbed ray. And those are currently going for about 500k each. So I'm going to see how many I can get with 2,000 mithril cannonballs. Hey, me from the future again. I once again think that Jagex messed up with the rare item drop rates here because barbed rays are apparently a 1 in 150 from stingrays, but the wiki sourced the drop at about 1 in 23, which feels way more accurate to what was actually happening for me. Same story again with my friend because we were just testing out these money making methods together. He also thinks that the current drop rates are incorrect. Anyway. Oh, there we go, Ray Barb. That's my first one. Another one, bro, back to back. And that is the last of the mithril cannonballs right here. Honestly, we didn't do too bad. I'm taking a pretty big gamble with this upcoming money-making method. If it pays off, then I will make a lot of GP. But if not, then I'm going to end up making just kind of like an okay amount of GP. I'm just going to try to sell all these ray barbs for about 500k each, and it really did not take me all that long to get this, so the money is pretty good. But again, I want to go for the gold on this. I'm going to be investing money into magic gear again because I want to go kill vampire krakens, which actually have an earth weakness, about 50%, and they're weak to magic in general. I bought myself a bunch of earth waves, and I bought myself 8,000 adamant cannonballs in the hopes that I get a rare drop from the vampire kraken. I still have about 14 hours to kill these vampire krakens, and on the vampire kraken drop table are a lot of good items, but one of them is way better than the rest, the bottled storm. The bottled storm has a drop rate of 1 in 512, and it's currently selling for about 40 mil. You can kill about 50 vampire krakens an hour with this safe spot, so in theory, with average luck, you'll get the bottled storm within 10 hours. So in 10 hours, I should have a bottled storm worth 40 mil. I, of course, did not come up with this safe spot, by the way. I actually saw a video on it, which I'll post on screen now. Hey, me again from the future one last time. This is actually patched now, but I am going to show you how it still worked, just so you can understand. It's kind of a convoluted method, to be honest, and I have no idea how anybody would figure this out in a million years, but somebody clearly did. The idea of it is that you're basically just lining up your ship in a very precise way, so the Kraken can't actually come up out of water, and you can just attack him while he's stuck underwater. Because the ship coordinates are very precise to get into a position like this, all of these tiles basically help you line up perfectly so you can get this Kraken stuck. It actually looks way more convoluted than it truly is. You back your little boat all the way up into this line right here. You get it precise, and then you just click at this angle, and then you just get off and kill the Kraken, and then the next one should be safe spotted. Most of the time, that is. Here you go. So this Kraken is dead, and the next Kraken should spawn underneath the boat. By the way, these things look cool as hell. The graphics on them are absolutely amazing. There you go. That spawns underneath the boat. And then it goes right to the safe spot right there, so it does not hit you at all. It is crazy that you can do this, by the way. There's no way they keep this in the game. I guarantee they patch this soon. Like I said earlier, they actually did end up patching this method. I did end up getting you to use it for the rest of this video, though. There's apparently a 1 in 159 chance to get any unique item from the Vampire Kraken, so while on the road to 500 kills for this Bottled Storm, I, in theory, should get a few rare items. I am going to use up all my supplies, sell whatever I got as a drop, and then come back and use more supplies on this until I get a drop. So the next time you see me, it'll be me getting a drop. Oh my god. I finally got a rare drop. I have been doing this for 8 hours, and this is my first drop, dude. I'm pretty sure these dropped in price, by the way. I think they're like 2 mil each. At least it's something, but I'm not gonna lie, this gamble was not smart. I'm like 370 kills in right now, and this is my first drop. I should have apparently gotten 2 drops, but yeah, this was kind of stupid. I'll either see you when I'm at 500 KC, or maybe I'll get the drop. Maybe I'll get the Bottled Storm. By the way, because I got that drop, I have now broken even on supplies, so I'm actually losing money doing this, dude. This is KC number 512, and it turns out I did not get the Bottled Storm, unless I get it from here, but I'm really not hoping. Well, I am hoping, but I don't have high hopes. That's what I'm trying to say. Yep. Wait a minute. How much is that? Okay, it's about 4 mil. It's basically just 2 dragon sheets put together, so I guess I'll take it. I ended up killing about 574 Kraken, and it turned out to not be a good idea. So instead of killing them for the remaining time, there's apparently another very good money-making method that I can do, even though the item kind of slow sells. I'll show you in a moment. To be fair, by the way, with this method, I did know that doing it was going to be a gamble, but at the KC I had about a 67% chance at actually getting to the Bottled Storm, so I had good odds. I just did not get lucky in the end. I do think this has a chance to run me slightly over the time limit, but I gotta do it, dude. I can't have 24 mil made at the 10-hour mark, and then at the 24-hour mark still only have 24 mil made, dude. I have to do something about it. I'm gonna buy 40,000 adamant nails and then 10,000 camphor logs, which I did hit some sort of limit, so I'm just gonna let these slow sell overnight and do it in the morning. That should be all the nails sold. There we go. Not only did the margins hold overnight, I think they actually got better because everybody is just now getting into deep sea salvaging, fishing, and this is the item that you're going to need to use it. The method is really simple, by the way, and it really does not take that long. You basically just make fish crates with these adamant nails as well as the camphor logs. Then you just have to add ice coolers to these things. So I will see you when I have made all 10,000 with the remaining time. Okay, yes, we are slightly over time. I cannot deny that, but it's not by much, okay? It's just by like 40 minutes or so. So we're going to pretend that there's 24 hours and 40 minutes in a day. Now, you could sell them like this, although these kind of slow sell, and these are not the final item that you need. But we're going to add ice coolers to them, which you can only get from Slayer Masters, and thankfully, I have the ability to get to one because there is a dock on this island on Karamja. We're going to buy out 10,000 ice coolers from this shop, and they actually sell, I think, for the most part at 1 GP. Maybe they change at like 2,500 to 2 GP, but we're going to buy out 10,000 of these and then put them together. And that is 10,000. Now, the annoying part here is not that, but actually that you basically have to do this like it's fletching. So I have to just do this nonstop for the next, I don't know, maybe like 5-10 minutes. That's not gonna be that long, but it's just gonna suck. Oh my god. Dude, remind me to never go for 99 fletching again. Spam clicking like that for that long sucks ass. Alright, so these things are currently selling for about 3K each. They're slow selling, to be fair. Again, on these, I think there's about like a 45K volume per day. So I'm just gonna slow sell them for 2,900 each. This really should take at most half the day to sell, but I'm not doing any other money making methods, so I will let these slow sell and I will see you when they're all gone. Okay, I'm back, and it does look like they did slow sell after a pretty reasonable amount of time, to be fair. Like, I did check earlier than I was supposed to, so 28.4 mil from that method alone is pretty good. That only cost me, I think it was about like 18 mil, so I just made about like 10 mil or so. Plus, we do have some leftover cash too. I mean, we do have items too, but I don't know. It's gonna maybe be like an extra 100K. If I would have gotten the Bottled Storm, I would have had an extra 40 mil. But to be fair, I already got 2 Bottled Storms on day of release from a much higher drop rate. So I really don't have the right to complain overall. We did end up playing it a little risky in the end. I could have gotten way more than 38.5 mil, but still, that's not even that bad. Maybe I'll end up doing this again in the future if you guys did enjoy it. Let me know by leaving a like. For now, though, I have to go back to maxing my account because I have so many stats that are close to 99 that I just have to go and get.